So I thought this topic was pretty funny. This was not on the card, but I want to get an opinion. So the strikes were a thing. It was hilarious to see the strikes go down. And one of the big proponents of the strike was that not to use AI, right? AI.
Oh
was
god.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Great. This
Here
story
we
is
go.
excellent.
So Sag-Aftra signs a deal with AI tech company Replica Studios to allow the use of digital voice replication in the video game industry. Now, I think this is hilarious because the entire point of the fucking strikes was to not use AI, and they signed a deal for AI.
Not only that, they did not consult anyone in the video game industry at all.
Nobody.
Everyone who's high up in the industry is highly fucking against this. They might get sued for doing this. Fuck the leadership of SAG.
I mean, we talked about this, Wyatt. You remember when we did the video about it? Like, we dissected
They're complete liars.
They're complete liars. This whole contract is about getting AI a job, not getting more recompensation.
Oh no,
for
getting more. The reality is that they're making more money by selling their voices. Like that's why they're signing on board. That is why it's all about the mighty dollar. They're all against it at first, but now that what's his name, James Earl Jones has sold his voice. Everyone's seeing the figures coming out of that. They're like, oh shit, he's making good money every time they use his voice. I'm going to do the same thing. It's
business. Guys.
Might as well sell their soul again. Those spaghetti bastards.
But I just think it's pretty hilarious because the entire strike was based on that, right? Like from the beginning, every time they did.
It was a show
about the strike.
It was a freaking show, and people
our jobs against AI. It's going to put us out of work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now, not even a month or two after the strikes are over, you suddenly have a deal with AI. I just think it's funny, like,
where you went behind everyone who it will actually affect,
because the people who are on the picket line striking about this stuff, who you said you cared about, who you said you're trying to protect their jobs, now you just told them to go fuck themselves 2 months after you close the deal.
And that's so funny because
seriously anymore,
SAG has been completely hijacked.
Yeah, but they knew it, and this is the funny thing about these so-called activists. They are so blind in their faith they pretend they don't see things that they actually see. I was in the picket line. I interviewed those people. They were really believing. They're fighting for us. Yeah, they're fighting the good war. Yes, we're getting more compensation. And it's like, guys, aren't you realizing that you're getting played? You're ants. These guys, they're gonna make billions with AI in the first week. They don't care about you, not the least. It's like, no, they're getting our rights. They're getting our okay. And then we read the contract, and what was it? It was a contract for AI, not for human beings.
Me and Coach read the contract. It was bullshit.
It was incredible. We couldn't actually believe it. It's like, is this now serious material? We were like double checking and triple checking. Like, no, this is the actual contract. But it's not a contract for human beings. It's actually introducing AI into the sector and giving AI a business.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was.
Fuck the machine.
Hot take. I'm gonna get some flack for this, but
shut up, Lefty Leon.
Good. I'm fully embracing the AI. I think that's the natural evolution of technology, and I'm a-okay with it. These individuals sign their death warrants when they stop giving a fuck about making.
If you want to use AI as a company,
but these are large. This is affecting the voice actors of video games, though.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't give a fuck. The same voice actors in video games, 90% of them are the same voice actors that do shit for anime that have actively been calling for communism. So you know what? I don't give a fuck if the commies are now losing their jobs to robots.
So what are you going to do when AI takes over your job?
My job is to fix AI, so it's not going to.
AI does not have
there it is. There it is. You're making money. You're making money off of AI. There you go.
Yeah, I work in IT. This doesn't affect me. I'm gonna be real.
ChatGPT can code. Well, they tell you to learn to code, but what about when the AI learn to code too?
No, I don't code. I do IT. My point is that if these individuals wanted to claim that all this was so bad, if these are the same individuals that want to promote communism and promote hardcore leftism and promote this fake diversity stuff and promote this fake wokeism, and now they're losing their job to robots. I don't care. I'm all in.
I think
will still
on
be
that
able
note,
to be
I am
creative.
too.
People will still be able to be creative. People will still be able to code their own video games, and if there's a market for it, if the average person wants it, they'll buy it. That's why we see Marvel and DC failing, but we see indie comics thriving. It's gonna be the same thing here. We might see some AI video game voice acting be doing well. We might see some people get paid for it. But if you're gonna be a creator and an artist who wants to build your own video game and actually hire people, if you that creativity, there will still be a market for that. It'll shine through, and while people are buying the homemade artistic stuff, the people that were against AI have lost their jobs. It is a fucking win, baby.
I agree to the point of
me too.
about the anime voice actors and whatnot, the ones that are very, very deserving, like Jamie, for example. I think that's eventual. AI exists because the product needs to be made faster, number one. And that goes for anything. Anything that AI is being used for, it's being used for because they're trying to make whatever they're making faster. That's the only reason why. And number two, the quality that they can make it at faster is pretty much the same quality, if not maybe even slightly better than the quality they're getting now at a slower rate using real people. And that's kind of intuitive to the fact that the actual industry itself is suffering. People, the writers are terrible, the voice actors are terrible, everybody does a terrible fucking job. So if they're all doing a terrible job, why are you keeping them employed? We could just use AI to do a terrible job slightly better and faster.
Struggling. There's a comment here. Just struggling. How did I just call myself a commie when I just preached the free market is great and commies suck? Please explain your leap in logic to where I just
can I make a small statement?
No,
small.
Very small. You're not allowed. No.
Very
the
small.
machine,
Never.
the machine,
No.
ladies and
Small.
gentlemen.
Smaller than that.
Bye, Roger.
I'm just going to say it right now. The machine, in my view, I call it the machine. It's very simple to call it that. I believe that the machine is not financially based. I think of all the things I've ever encountered, what I see with AI and robotics, hardware and software, is the closest thing to a reality-based organism that I have ever found. Something that doesn't eat, doesn't sleep, doesn't stop. And its greatest risk, in my view, is that it robs enough people of being financially based that those people will be a useless class in society. And what's going to happen to those fine people? They're not just going to lay down and fucking die. They're going to try and do in the system that fucking ruin their lives. And we're talking about hundreds of millions of people potentially.
Right. Remember
this is a devastating technology in my view.
I mean, it is, as a fact of the matter, when AI computers were introduced to chess, was it 25 years ago? Everybody was screaming and said, oh, okay, chess players are going out of business. We're going to see just virtual tournaments in the future where the machines are, getting fed all the data, all the moves, all the possibles, all the variables. And so they're just going to play against each other because no one likes to play that way anymore. If you know that a machine can do that, what a human being is doing and getting charged less, but nobody wants to see those virtual tournaments. They went on for a while. And now we have like computer machines that they can play millions of times better chess than it was 25 years ago, and still we have like regular chess tournaments with human beings, and sometimes we have those computer games as well. Computers usually win, and that's okay, and that's interesting, but in the end we want to see humans.
And chess grandmasters trained against those computers to improve their
get better, and they get better with the training through the computer. And actually, Google developed an incredible mechanism where it's not about getting fed those pre-programmed and preconceived moves that were registered and recorded so far in chess history. This computer rather takes the approach of not having any moves at all and just playing, failing, and learning, just like a human being does. So there's going to be an approximation of the machine towards the human being and a getting closer of the human being towards the machine. But this is not something that we have invented. This is something like an inevitable destiny that was inside of us. Like we're discovering this now. We're not really inventing it. Right?
We already did this with the Industrial Revolution. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, just keep in mind real quick, people complaining about AI. The entire world has gone as as much automated as possible. Like every industry has been hit by automation at some point in time, some more than others, obviously. But every industry is going to try to go that route. It's just business, right? They're going to try to lower payroll, lower labor costs by going automated if they can. If there's a way to do it, they will. That's why so many artists are trying to fight against AI, because honestly, AI can do a good job or better job than most standard artists. Obviously the best of the best of the best artists will still have a place, just like the best of the best writers will still have a place. But the problem is that AI and automation removes that, sub 50% of average people and writers or whoever